Well, this looks like a pretty little, well, I would call it a rock garden, but apparently it's an herb spiral, right? Danielle, tell us about this.
Yeah, so again, one of the things we do here at the Learning Garden is we teach people different ways that they can garden. And a herb spiral is a great way to use a minimal space to grow a lot of stuff. Obviously, using herbs and stuff is better than eating a lot of salt or whatever, so that fits right in with our healthy lifestyles. But one of the things that we've also done this year is we've added some things that are really good for growing for your own tea. And so we've got some mint and some lavender and lemongrass and several other herbs in here. And we will actually be having a workshop at the end of the summer teaching people how they can dry and then use their herbs for tea.
So they can make their own tea is basically what you're teaching people to do.
Yeah, in addition to using the herbs in your regular cooking, it's another way that you can use things that you grow in your garden.
Okay, well, I'm looking around. Besides seeing the rock area, I mean, you guys have a bathtub and a tire and a sink. Let's talk about that. There's different ways to garden, obviously.
That's for sure. A lot of the families that access the food bank services live in private rentals or social housing where they're not allowed to grow a garden of their own. So what we're trying to teach is that if it'll hold soil, you can grow food. So we've got all sorts of examples back here in what we call our found objects garden. We have a bathtub, we have a sink, we have an old tire. It really doesn't matter what it is. There's creative ways that you can actually do some gardening. Right here again, I was talking about our watermelon, which we're super excited about because it is another fancy fruit that we can grow right here in southern Alberta, which is kind of neat, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of the foods that you can grow here in our town. We've got some carrots here growing in a small cedar box, and we've got some dill coming out of the top of a chimenea. We've used an old boat to grow strawberries, and these are actually ever-bearing strawberries, so they'll come back year after year, which is quite fantastic, and we don't have to plant them all the time. Over here is our old bathtub, and this was a great find for us. We like to be creative in the things that we have in our found objects garden, and in here we are growing peppers, mostly because it's quite hot next to the garage. So one of the things we always have to consider is what have we placed where and what's going to grow well in it. Another thing that you can learn when you come down to the Interfaith Garden. We also have some squash and zucchini and tomatoes and spinach. Pretty much anything that you'd like to eat, you can grow in whatever will hold your soil.
I love it, including a bag, like you said, a plastic bag. Right?
Absolutely. If it'll hold soil, you can grow your own food.
I think I might even be able to garden if I can just deal with a plastic bag or something. All right, don't go away because we have more Go coming up after the break.